God, this for everybody fighting through the pain and the pressure. You know life will try to test you, but you promise not to give up for your mama and your sister, hun, your brother and your cousin, everybody else that's with you. You the one that's gonna deliver like Amazon Prime. Always on time, yeah. Even when it's looking bad, I never stop trying, cause I've been stressing, I've been crying. My depression had me blind. Sometimes I can't see the signs, but I keep going, I ain't lying. It's for everyone that's grinding for their kids, you're not alone. It's for every child that promised they gon' buy their mama home. For all my 9-to-5ers going hard to make that green. Clock out, then you just go harder, cause you still gotta chase that dream. For all my starving, evolving artists, just keep going hard, regardless how people talking about us. You gon' build that startup.
Hey everyone! Did you guys see the news? I made it on JobScan's top LinkedIn job experts to follow, and I'm definitely feeling myself. I'm playing a little bit of Mac Trey. Can you guys hear me? I'm really excited to.
My name is Squirrel. I'm the owner and I'm a stoner, and I'm chilling with you.
Thank you guys for tuning in. I am super excited. As you know, maybe you don't know, I made it on this top list for LinkedIn job experts, and I'm so excited. I'm still on a high. I still can't believe it. Let me know where you're tuning in from. Hey, Anna. I'm so proud of this business bestie. Way to go. Thank you so much. I'm so excited. And I'm actually really excited for my guest for today's show. He's actually kind of been through this journey from the beginning, and we met back in 2019 when I was actually commuting to my former employer, and I was working on a passion project. So let's welcome him in, and he's actually the mastermind behind my intro video. He not only wrote and produced the song, but he actually also edited the video. So let's bring him in. Tone Oliver. How are you? It's finally happening. You're finally on my show.
I know. I'm so excited. First and foremost, congratulations.
Thank you.
That's huge news. That is huge, dude. I mean, you've been doing this show for what, like a year now?
No, not even.
Not even. You know what I mean? Like that's big. That's big dog tings right there.
Tings.
Yeah, big tings. You know.
Did you get me my bottle of champagne or what?
You know, so funny. So I told June that I was gonna, buy some champagne and pop it on, on the show. But I didn't go to the store. I was busy this morning, so the closest thing I could do to like some champagne was some bubbly water.
Oh, it's fine. Let's cheers.
Cheers to you, June.
Cheers to you. Thank you so much for being part of this journey with me. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself, and then I kind of want to give them a backstory on how we first met.
Of course. So I'm Tone Oliver. What's going on, everybody? I am a creative. It's probably the simplest way to put it. I started my creative journey in music. Transitioned into more things like acting, and started doing more production and all those kind of things as my career grew. And I'm from LA originally. Been in the Bay Area 7 years now. I love it. I have my family here. And I have a video production company, Tone Oliver Productions, which I started officially last year, got laid off due to COVID, and kind of went full-fledged into my personal brand, Tone Oliver Productions. And it's been, I think like a lot of people know this, 2020 hit us with a lot of dark, bad times, but it also opened so many doors for people. It also allowed people to walk into their purpose in so many ways. You know what I mean?
Oh my God.
And I think me and June are both testaments to that, dealing with the sadness of the initial reaction to losing your job, the pandemic itself, all those things, right? And just betting on yourself. So I'm so proud of you, June. Thank you for having me.
Oh my gosh.
I'm so happy I met you, dude. We've been like super tight ever since.
I know. Hey, Valerie. She's also from the Bay Area. I want to touch on that because I posted something about this today on my LinkedIn feed about how we actually first met. And I met tone when I was commuting to San Francisco on BART. And I was actually working on my blog, and I was feeling all of these feelings of imposter syndrome. Like, what the hell am I doing? Why am I going to write a blog? No one's going to be interested in, reading or listening to what I have to say. And at that time, I wanted to launch a blog that was going to incorporate my passion of building community, as well as blending stories from my tech career and motherhood. And I almost was going to turn back, and I went on the train, and then I don't know what stop you came on.
I don't know if it was. It might have been West Oakland. Is when around that.
West Oakland.
It was around West Oakland.
Yeah, West Oakland, and he hopped on the train and he performed "No Days," which is actually the song in my intro.
Wow, that's crazy. I need
and
that
songs. And I kid you not, Tone. I'm like, is this dude? Is he speaking to me?
Right.
Like, can you kind of briefly touch on like the meaning behind that song, because it really spoke to me. It was very inspirational.
So 2019, I think it was. I was, kind of really looking for work, kind of just like struggling looking for work, not really enjoying. Did I have a job before BART? What brought me to BART? I don't really remember, but if I take more time, I could recall. But I ended up just like betting on myself again. A buddy of mine pulled me on. He was like, "Dude, oh, that's what happened." Now I remember. I remember just sharing myself on social, on Instagram, telling people that I was going through this depression, because I was dealing with a lot of stuff, financially, emotionally, family dynamic. A lot of that was like really creating this pressure on me. And a buddy of mine said, "Dude, I've been rapping on BART since, November 2018. It's been going great for me. I think you should come on with me. People would love you." And I was like, "Yeah, okay, whatever. I'm not getting on no train and rapping. What do I look like?" Like, I really thought at first I was like too good for it. I was like, I'm not, that's beneath me. And then like another week go by and I'm still sharing this sad emotion I'm going through. And he's like, "Dude, get off your ass and get on this train with me and just come check out what I'm doing." So he kind of tricked me, put me on. I'm watching him. He gets up super confident. "Everybody, I'm the young, humble billionaire." Shout out to Drew Money.
I'm showing your article really quick.
Exactly.
Taking you back to 2019. This is how I met Tone.
And then he, one train, he just kind of said, "I want to introduce you guys to my buddy Tone Oliver," and just put me on a spot. Just put me on a spot. I got up and did a song. People liked it. They gave me some money. I got a couple dollars. And then I started that journey with him. And through the BART, I started realizing I needed to write, I'm trying to like turn this into some type of sustainable thing. So I was like, I need to write music to my audience. And BART is super family friendly. BART is very commuter, people going to and from work every single day. And as I'm performing my old songs that didn't really touch them as much, I started writing material that I thought would help, would help their journey, would make them not only like me more, but feel better about the situation. There's this tension, somebody getting on BART, you might not be happy, but if once the music starts, I can change their mind, then let's try that, And that's where No Days came in from. It was a bunch of records, and No Days might have been about the fourth or fifth record I wrote directly toward, the BART audience. And June just so happened to be on the train, one day I was performing it, reached out to me, told me, she was the CEO of this company. No, I'm joking. But, she told me she worked for this super, awesome tech company. Can we say the name of the company?
Yeah, Wish. It was Wish.
Okay, yeah, it was Wish. And then she like invited me to her office, and I'm like, yo, I went from performing on BART, getting a couple bucks here and there, to, the top of the Wish building with June talking about performing for her nonprofit. And, I just started like really enjoying the feeling of that. And June, you don't know how much you impacted my life, dude. You really showed me the business opportunity on BART, and then after you, I created partnering, right? Which was this concept, which I was trying to take away, asking people for money. Because that could just be aggravating at times. Always, even if they like you, it's just consistently asking them for money. It could just be kind of daunting on people. So I was trying to say, how can I change this business strategy and make it still profitable, but not have to ask the commuters for money? So I was like, maybe if I can target businesses and ask them to, sponsor me, I'll have their shirt on. I'll do this, that, and the third. You know what I mean? and it didn't really come to fruition. I might have got 2 or 3 businesses to bite, maybe gave out some merch here and there, you know, but it started my brain to think about, like, how do I turn my skill? How do I turn my talent into business? You know what I mean?
Your passion too.
My passion, you know?
Yeah.
And then you know, after BART, I ended up getting a job for about 3 months at this workspace called Oak Stop in downtown Oakland, and then the pandemic happened, and I had just worked there, like literally just enough to get the, you know, full unemployment benefit. So I was like super blessed. And during that job, I had a lot of downtime. So I had been doing a lot of script writing. I've been getting into just writing, and I was doing shorts and skits and movies and.
Oh, by the way, can you touch on your background, because you do have legit like Hollywood experience?
Oh yeah. I started, like I said, you know, from music, I went into acting. And when I went into acting, it was mainly because I was in a group called Fly Guys for about 6-7 years of my starting of my music career. We were like just these fun party rappers in LA, you know, trying to make people dance. And one of the group members, my good friend, my brother, Animal, his sister happened to be, you know, this really talented filmmaker, you know, who just graduated Stanford, and her name just so happened to be Issa Rae, you know, and she.
I'm Insecure. If you guys don't know Issa Rae,
if you guys don't know,
you guys,
Issa Rae from Insecure, you know, she's the best. She's the best thing ever. And before she was Issa Rae, you know, she was just Issa with us, and she said, "I want to do a show with you guys. I love your personality. I want to do this mockumentary." And after our show, she did her own show, Awkward Black Girl. And, you know, she put us in that. And that was still just, you know, friends working with friends. After Awkward Black Girl, she blew up, you know, when she got Insecure. And then she brought us on to Insecure. She was like, "Hey, you guys are my day ones. You know, I'm going to bring you on to my first season." And I had a cameo on an HBO show. And, you know, it really, now I have that on my reel. So it's, you know, something to brag about, I guess. But it's also just, you know, having Issa in my life is another reason I'm like, I know I can do this. I know somebody who really just was having fun with their friends, turned it into an entire career. So I have so many examples like that around me. And yeah, you know, you guys are like the reason why I keep going, dude. You know?
Oh my God, you're the reason too. I mean, it's just so funny. So this is like how it happens, all like building community. Me and Toad met on a BART train, and we kind of connected through his music, the fact that we were both parents. I invited him to Wish. He did a performance for the nonprofit, and then we just kept in touch. Yeah. And then we both kind of say we share similar stories of being laid off in tech, and then we somehow were able to pivot into being entrepreneurs. Yeah. And now you're doing amazing things. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about what you're up to right now. I mean, you're doing so many things for great small businesses, and especially so important right now too in the digital marketing space, because everything is remote. Yeah. So why don't you kind of share about what you've been up to?
Yeah, man, it's been, you know, a blessing. I can't really, it's just kind of, everything's been aligning, you know. After the layoff in March, you know, of 2020, I started making this show called Rona Roomies. If you scroll all the way to the end of that, no, to the left.
Oh, I remember Rona Roomies. Actually, I'm going to go into
those pictures real quick. Scroll down a little bit and then scroll over through those videos.
Scroll over?
Up, right there. Now scroll over.
It won't let me.
Maybe it's an arrow you could point to the end at the other end, maybe. There you go. There you go.
I remember.
Right, so right there, right? So that is I created just having fun. Just, you know, I was already writing scripts, I was doing things, and I created this web series called Rona Roomies, where I played both roommates. It was based off these two guys who had just got laid off. They didn't ever really have to interact because they were roommates, and they worked busy schedules, but now they're stuck in a house together and they have to deal with each other and things like that. And I did 4 episodes, mini series. It was really just me. You know, you couldn't leave the house, you couldn't do anything, so I just had to get creative, you know? So I created, yeah, right? So I created the show, Rona Roomies, and this is a little clip of it or whatever, and just having fun. After 2 episodes I filmed on my iPhone, a buddy of mine called me and said, "Dude, I love what you're doing. I have like $5,000 worth of film equipment. I'm not doing nothing with it. It's been sitting in my closet for 2 years. Come pick it up. You can have it." I was like, what? This is 2 episodes on an iPhone, and somebody, believes you that.
Oh wait, this was an iPhone?
Not this one. This one was on the camera, but the first 2 episodes were on an iPhone, and you can totally tell the difference. But I took that and I was like, okay, I have this equipment now. I have the skill, I have the talent. I need to just turn this into a business, and I started offering my community, right? I started offering my community my video services, and just, luckily for me, not only did I have to step into entrepreneurship, a lot of us did, because jobs were not open. People still needed to make money. Yeah, people were getting unemployment, but not everyone. And it just really pushed people into their purpose. And it gave me an opportunity to help people who were on that journey. So as June, knows, if you look across, you see I have music videos. I have the Black Food Collective. There's a basketball product startup called Perfect Rotation. They just got an interview in New York Weekly. They're doing big things, and just really helping these small and majority Black-owned businesses, which for me is so fulfilling. It's so fulfilling. I'm able to help my community. These people I know, I used to go to events with these people, so I'm able to offer them something. And now I'm working with bigger clients. Now, there's clients that I targeted a year ago, just now finishing up work with them for ads that are going to come out, in a couple weeks, and
yeah, I love that. And I want to talk, you not only do video marketing, but you also write songs for podcasts.
I wrote jingles, I wrote jingles for podcasts before. I wrote a couple of them. I wrote one for this cannabis podcast called High on Our Own Supply, and I wrote their intro, So for me, Tone Oliver Productions was really me turning my creative into a production company. I can do, I have the skill to write. I have the skill to act. I have the skill to film, to edit, to, and if I can't do it, I have the resources who can. I come from LA. I come from that community of people. So I can just boom, call up my friend in LA. Yo, I need this done. Yo, I need this done. You know what I mean? And it's been a blessing, man. It's really been, I see all the comments. Thank you guys so much, because not only is it inspiring, it's inspirational for myself, just looking back sometime and seeing how it's all come to fruition. I was telling June.
Wait, Anna's asking you. She needs a jingle.
I got you, Anna.
Oh my God. Did you guys see the jingle that he was rapping? Like, No Excuse Mom? That was a nonprofit that I was a part of. Maria King hasn't done anything with it yet, but I'm saying, maybe we should make that for me.
No, definitely, man. Even like that, I wrote a song for No Excuse Moms. If you guys don't know No Excuse Mom, check them out. Great nonprofit. I wrote that was my first, kind of gig with June. She was like, look, I have this nonprofit. You have this skill. Can you write us a song? And I wrote them this song, and it was so good. I was like, yo, I can really do this. It was fun.
Yes.
It was cute. It was lyrical. It was catchy. It was great, But I don't think they were ready to. They just weren't ready to make that move at the time, But the song still lives through, this video. So
and what's crazy is I was so impressed because
taking underdogs to top dogs. Exactly.
Yes. But I was so impressed, Tone, because we came up with the idea and you wrote the song after the event that we hosted, right? Yep. And then you wrote it the next day.
Yeah. No, sometimes it just hits you like that. I just got done performing. And Maria Kane, who's the founder of the nonprofit, said, we need to have this guy write us a theme song, right? And all moms went crazy. They were like, yeah. So then my brain was like, boom, okay, write the song and see if they want it. Like for me, a lot of times once the idea hits, I see the opportunity. I don't wait. I just go. And create. And then I offer it to them. I just did a ad for this hair product, this natural hair care line called Avo Curl. Avo Curl is a growing small business in Oakland, and I've had my eyes on this company for over a year. I saw them. I love their marketing. I love what they were doing in the community. I saw them taking steps, and I was like, I want to work with them. I know this I'm close enough to this person to at least offer her something. So I went, didn't have any interactions with them, and I wrote them a voiceover. I wrote them the whole concept for their commercial, And I just, emailed her or DM'd her on Instagram, was like, look, I love your brand. I'm stepping into marketing and video marketing. I want to do this for you. Boom. She absolutely loved it. Wasn't ready to invest at the time. But throughout the year, I just continually followed up with her every now and then. Hey, how's it going? Just checking in, just keeping that relationship alive. And then maybe 3 weeks ago, we finally filmed the ad, and it's my best work yet. It's like, for me, it's like, I'm gonna send it to you, June. It's not out, but it's so good. It's so good. And it's like, yo, you manifested this over a year ago, and it just shows the power of like not giving up, persistence, passion, purpose, following that, and little wins like that, know that I'm going to do something big. Just keep going, dude. Just keep going, and yeah.
Oh my God. I'm so proud of you. I am so proud of you. Like the fact that you just put yourself out there and then just like kept checking in with her, and you landed that deal. And then now, I mean, you just talked about like what's in the mix for you in the future.
I don't want to say it yet, but I was just telling June yesterday, I got a approval of a proposal that I sent out to this big company, biggest company I've ever worked with. And, it took them maybe a month to get back to me, but I'm working, not really thinking about it. I get the call yesterday saying they love the proposal. They want to go with it. And, for me, it was scary. It was scary putting my real price for a real company, like a big company, in my proposal, because you still have that imposter syndrome. You're still like,
right.
But I know I can do this. I know, I can pull this off. So it's not about, I just had to push past. I pushed past and it came to fruition. And, once this is signed, sealed, and delivered, yeah, I'm jumping up and down because this will be the biggest deal I've ever signed. And this is all off of just pushing, dude. Just
pushing.
Forgive my language.
No, just push.
Just go.
Kick that imposter syndrome in the ass. Yes, I said ass on LinkedIn. You can say ass on LinkedIn. That says power of persistence, passion will manifest into results. This is how how me and like Tone bonded, because I was feeling that imposter syndrome, but through his music and through his words, it just kind of snaps me right out of it. So I want to actually touch on this too. So you got laid off, and like, how soon did you actually just started like being more experimental with like Rona Rooms? You made that. Like, what was like your thought process when you lost your job?
I was already looking for the opportunity. I had a very, very good job where I was being paid. I was just like the front desk guy, and I was being paid well enough to, I had to like maybe like pick up a couple $100s here and there to pay all the bills, but it was getting me by, and I didn't have to do much. I was just able to literally spend a lot of my time writing scripts on the clock. So I was already looking for an opportunity to sell scripts or to create these concepts. And then once it happened, maybe 2 weeks, I was like, okay, I wasn't too pressed on finances because I knew I was going to get the unemployment. And I was like, but I can't just sit around doing nothing. It's not in me. I have to create. I can't go outside. I don't have a job. So I'm going to pick up my phone. I'm going to write out a script of a little skit I want to do, and I'm going to do it. Did it. People loved it. I was like, let's do it again. Do it again. And then it kind of got a little too big. The production of it, I was like, okay, this is too much for me. One person, I'm trying to make this too big of a thing. So then I started to direct my energy toward clients and commercials and small businesses and things like that. Because I've done music videos since I'm in the music industry. I've done music videos before for my own groups, for friends. So I had that skill. And for me, I've always bumped my head as a music artist on how do I make this, how do I make this passion of mine profitable? Because my whole career, I've never made a lot of money with music. You know what I mean? Like here and there, you get a little couple $100s to perform, but nothing serious. So at one point I thought I was giving up on my creative side. I thought I was going to have to get into like, some kind of find something else. But I realized I'm not a rapper. I'm a writer. I'm a storyteller. I'm a creator. You know what I mean? I can write a script and get the same fulfillment that I get in a song. I can write a commercial. You know, I see a business and I put my little twist on it, and I'm like, yo, I start feeling that same energy I do as if I'm writing a dope bar. You know,
I love that.
Yeah, you know, I write a dope scene. It's like writing a dope verse. You know, so it's like,
Oh, I love that. And you wrote me a dope script that we're gonna.
Oh yeah, I did write a script.
It's gonna happen.
Exactly.
And it's like, and it's so like I don't know, you just like get me. I feel like you were like in my head.
Right.
And like when I read the script, I was like, because you guys, I am a big drama nerd and I want to get back into acting. And I told Tone this, and he wrote a script for me. I just haven't had the time to actually do it. But I love how you like you have the passion for it. Like it just so comes naturally to you. Like it's like you get the same energetic feeling as if like you were when it comes to like writing for like bars and music and then play scripts. And that's amazing.
Or commercial treatment, or music, or you know what I mean? Or even acting, or even filming now. Like filming was like the biggest challenge for me, but as I've been doing it more, I started studying under this real estate videographer. I'm trying to get into real estate videos, and he's been showing me so much. Yeah, if you got any real estate people, let them know.
I think I know who you're talking about because I started following them. They're like a couple.
Jared Lee.
Their video.
Yo, the way they do real estate videos is so cool.
Their brand is like
on point. So, you know, even like now I started working with my partner, you know, Sierra, my partner.
Yes.
I brought her on to my team, and now she does like the directing on the sets. Like I'll write the treatment now and things like that, but she's coming in and she's like telling me the framing and things like that. And I'm just focused on the camera work. And I'm even starting to really get the same, you know, fulfillment of just doing a dope shot, just, you know what I mean? Just creating. Like, I think that's really what I am at my core. I'm a creator. And if I can, you know, I can get that in so many different ways. It doesn't have to be a song. It doesn't have to be a movie. It could be a lot of different things, you know? So that's kind of what I found out about myself. And it's exciting, you know, it's hard work, but it's not, because I'm so excited about it. You know what I mean?
You enjoy doing
I was telling another thing that just happened to me yesterday. I don't know if you guys ever see Keenan and Kale, but a buddy of mine is a producer on Keenan's podcast. And I showed him my latest work for the Avo Curl ad. He loved it. And he said, look, we're looking for editors. I'm going to give you a test run. Did the test run, loved it. And now they brought me onto the team, and I will be editing Keenan Thompson's from Keenan and Kale's new podcast called You Already Know. If you guys haven't checked it out, or check out You Already Know podcast. Future episodes will be edited by yours truly.
Oh my gosh. I am so proud of you. And hopefully you're going to edit my podcast whenever that comes out and write a song for me. You know, so oh my gosh. And what is your tips right now before you share where people could find you and what services you provide? What is your tips for anyone out there that is thinking of getting into entrepreneurship but don't know where to start?
Yeah, I would just say start, you know, with what you enjoy. You know, this is kind of what I tell everybody, and it's kind of blunt, but it's kind of what you got to do to get yourself out there. Because I think a lot of our fears in business, if you don't have business experience already, if you have business experience already, this doesn't really apply to you. But if you're trying to get started, I would say do what you love and charge people for it, right? And that's it. And then you'll figure it out along the way, right? So if you love dancing, you know, then offer choreography, you know what I mean? Offer even your dance skills. Or if you like, you know, if you're into construction and that kind of stuff, then start a business, but just start by offering your neighbor or somebody, look, I'll your backyard. I see you got some issues going on in the backyard there. Give me $500. I'll take care of that for you.
Right.
Now you're starting, you know what I mean? You're doing something you love, and you're charging people for it. And start small, of course, you know, even do one for free to even just get that energy going.
Yeah.
But I would just say, do what you already love. If whatever it is you like to do it. And then just ask somebody hey, can you give me $50 for that? You know, and then it starts. And then you gotta just figure it out. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Reggie, you need to connect with Reggie, by the way. We have something that we're going to work on together, but he says this
Thank
is
you,
such a
Reggie.
great.
Man, I appreciate that. Definitely.
He's amazing. This is such a great combo. Loving Tone's journey. June got a new jingle in the works too.
There you go. There you go.
I mean, it's important, you know, after this pandemic, I mean, we're still going through it. Like 2020, it was just a perfect reminder that you need to have like plan B or a side hustle.
Yeah.
You know, and have multiple streams of income.
Yeah, definitely. You know, and it wasn't just videography at first. With the pandemic, I was like, I got to figure something out. So I was doing videography. I was doing resales. I was flipping shoes. I was, you know, buying things off Alibaba and selling them. But then as I realized, you know, I was weighing myself too thin. I just focused on the thing I really enjoy. You know, like I really love, you know, creating. So I just kind of put everything else to the side and put all my energy toward videography. And it's been amazing.
Oh my God. Yeah, you're just so great at it. Adrian, one of my coach besties, says, do what you love and you'll never work a day in your life.
Yep. Seriously, man.
Yes, Tone sounds like he's finding joy.
I am.
Yes.
I'm in the beginning. I'm in the beginning and I'm really enjoying it. You know, like I said, I've been doing music. I love music. But once you're starting to reap those benefits from what you love, it feels better. It feels better, you know, and there's nothing wrong with that. And I used to have like imposter syndrome thinking I didn't deserve to be paid for my art, you know. Maybe I'm not good enough, but that's why I'm not getting paid. Maybe, you know, this isn't meant for me. Maybe I'm just I really had this feeling that maybe I'm just one of those people who are destined to fail because not everybody's going to win. And I was like, damn, maybe that's me, you know, and thankfully, I never gave up. Thankfully, I just continued to do what made me feel good. And thankfully, it's all working out, you know?
Yeah, your hard work is definitely paying off. Sultan, hey, says, pandemic just put stuff out of the Pandora box.
Yep.
And out in the universe.
Yep.
We all had this is real moment. Glad that so many positive stuff came out for most people.
Yeah,
yes.
You know, it put everybody in this position of, okay, what do I have to offer? You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, that's what I did. I'm like,
what do I have to offer the world? You know, what can I give someone? How can I help? How can I be of service? And I don't think a lot of people didn't have to think about that because it was, what job should I get? What job should I apply for? What company should I work for? What industry should I work in? Instead of, no, what do I have to offer? You know what I mean? What can I give the person next door that will add value to their life?
Right.
You know, and it just started like that, man.
Yeah, that's so true. Like our stories are definitely in alignment. By the way, you have a song called Alignment.
I have a song called Alignment. I have a little bar in there about Bart, you know, because I had the SF Chronicle wrote like a negative review on me one time. I had this lady from SF Chronicle follow me on Bart, smiling in my face the whole time. One of the best, like, what would you call it? I don't know, one of the best days, you know, like so much love, so much positivity. And this lady was fishing for a negative comment. Somebody on Bart to not like it. And then the whole article kind of took this just weird twist of like, you know, like the headline was like, oh, Bart performer makes $200 a day. And, you know, put my business all out there. And I was like, lady, you know, and then painted me in this like, people don't want him there. And I'm like, dude, where did you get that day? You know, it was so much love. People were just clapping and cheering. And so, you know.
But you know what? You wrote a song about it. You know what's crazy, Tone? Like, I remember like when you were performing on Bart, and I have so many friends in the tech space. People like, because I would post stories about you. They're like, I know Tone. I love his music.
Yeah.
Like, everyone knows you.
No, I have really, really good. You know, I got put into a couple of tech spots, you know, not just Wish. A couple of people offered me opportunity to perform at their workspace because they saw me on Bart, you know?
Yeah.
Bart was amazing. Bart really, it gave me the courage to do the challenging thing. You know, performing on Bart is not easy.
No.
To get up and perform on a stage is one thing, but to go to a place that you know these people did not pay to come see you, most likely do not want to see you. You know, a lot of them just got off work. All they want to do is just probably put their headphones on, relax, and get away with this Bart ride and get home. and then you go and put yourself in a position to where you're going to try and turn that energy into, here's $5. I like that. You know what I mean? It takes balls. It takes courage, man.
It does. And, because of that, you are where you are because of that experience, because you pushed yourself.
And I appreciate that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sultan. What is it? And he goes, it's funny how Jeanette's kids thinks that she just talks to people on LinkedIn. It's true. It's true. But yeah, and I love how you said too, like, start with something that you love, and how can you also serve your community?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's what you did. Is like you have a huge network of entrepreneurs.
I think I used to have this weird, because I come from, being Black, coming from just dealing with all the things that being a Black American does to you. If you don't have a lot of awareness, it could just weigh you down sometime, and that even steps into like how you handle business. Mm-hmm. So a lot of times I would compare business and the business industry and the business world to, racial inequalities, and everything just started to feel like it was this, like it was negative. Like, to do business, you're getting over on. It's all about getting over on somebody. It's all about hustling somebody out of something. It's all about these weird things that used to be inside of me and made me feel bad. Like I don't want to be a part of that ugly thing. This showed me that it's not about that. It's about serving your community. It's about people. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And and for me, that imposter syndrome comes into play when you're talking money. That's when it's like, ooh, I don't know what my worth is. I don't know what my value is, But man, serving my community has been the biggest reward. It is giving me so much fulfillment and confidence as a business person. I'm like, oh, this is not a bad thing. This doesn't have to be the big, corporate old white guys looking down, trying to rule the world and hurt everyone. No, this can be pure. This can be done with love and joy, Right. So yeah, I really, really appreciate the journey and what it's showing me about just entrepreneurship,
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
Thanks, Sultan. You are building a community. It takes a lot of time and efforts. I'm glad I caught this slide. Thank you for tuning in, Sultan.
June's
I appreciate
doing big things, June.
We're both doing big things.
Dude, I remember when you started this. You know what I mean? I remember when you were just like in your living room with the kids trying to figure it out. You were doing this on Instagram. You were on Instagram first trying to figure it out, just having fun.
I haven't even figured out Instagram. I'm not even like messing with that anymore.
I know, but I loved it. You were doing great. But your dances and your TikToks, you were doing great, dude. You know how to, if you spent time on it, you would have figured it out. You just found your lane on LinkedIn. LinkedIn was more your space,
Yeah.
But you gotta give me some LinkedIn classes, man.
I do. Next time.
But I need some, I need some help,
We'll work something out.
Yeah.
Okay, before I wrap up, because I actually do have to go get my kids. Where can people find you? What services do you offer for your community? And with that,
you can find me on. I spend most of my social time on Instagram, so it's either at Tone Oliver or at Tone Oliver Productions. Trying to build the production up, but most of my energy is on Tone Oliver. Still, is my personal brand, my personal IG page. And then if you're looking for my services, go to toneoliver.com or toneoliverproductions.com. It's the same website, and you can see some of my recent work. You can get a quote. Or just email me at toneoliverproductions@gmail.com. That also is a much more direct way to reach out to me. And I offer video production, I offer writing, whether that's music or story. I offer, I've never been into marketing, but I just did my first marketing campaign, and
you're great at it.
Thank you. I just did my first marketing campaign for a brand called Melonade. Out of Oakland, check them out. And
it's right here actually.
They got reached out to by some.
This one right here, right?
Right there. They got.
Did you edit this video too?
Yep, edited.
Oh my God.
Reached out to them. A local grocery store reached out to them and wants to put their juices in their store now. So I'm just enjoying it. So, but I would say for me, more specifically, video production, editing, and writing. and writing. Those are like my three main things. But yeah, I'm down to help with any way I can. Any kind of creative way you think you need help, and you feel like I might be able to offer insight, just reach out, email me, ask me what's up. I got you.
Yes, please connect with Tone. I dropped his links to his website in the comments, as well as his Instagram. And please connect with him on LinkedIn. We gotta build your LinkedIn profile up, Tone.
We do. I need that. I think a lot of business happens on LinkedIn. I just don't even know about it because I'm not on it. Put me on game, Joan.
Yeah, there's his website, tonealloverproductions.com. Thank you so much, Tone. It's great catching up with you. I know we are going to work on a few projects together in the future. I'm just putting it out there. What is your last word?
Thank you so much, Milton. I really appreciate you, man. Even that thing you said about, just your worth and how they price on. I'm still learning. I'm still growing, and thank you so much.
Thank you,
Salto.
What is your last piece of advice for anyone out there that is dealing with imposter syndrome and just can't seem to snap themselves out of it?
It's a tough one. But, for me, one of my slogans is keep going. June knows, I used to write keep going on my shoes, like on the toe of my shoe. On one shoe had keep, the other shoe had going. So if I ever got down on Bart, because you can get down on Bart trying to entertain these people,
right.
I would look down, be depressed, sad, whatever, and I would see right there, just keep going. And I pick my head back up and do just that, So
yeah, exactly. Yeah. We were trying to get you a Vans deal with that.
No, we were getting Vans deal with that. Yeah. I got somebody to tattooed on their feet. Remember?
I think you posted that. I remember that.
Mark Jackson, he tatted keep going on his feet because of that, dude.
Oh my God. Yeah, well, we need to make that happen.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to play a little bit of Andre. Thank you guys for tuning in. Ready? Thank you, John. See you guys next time. Bye.
Congratulations again.
Thank you.